So, we are set up for failure if we follow society's rules. Now, the beautiful thing is that you don't have to follow society's rules. Certainly, the laws, don't go to prison, don't get locked up, but you don't have to follow all the social norms and everything that they tell you should value or believe in, right? You can actually say F that, and you can rebel, and you can choose to be at home with your children. That is a choice you can make, and we're not going to get into the finances, everything here, because there are many things to make something work. But and I understand there's exceptions to every rule, so here's my disclaimer, but we're not going to get into all that. I'm talking about if you have a choice to stay home and you're going to be having children, it would do everybody good, including the woman, especially the woman, to allow her to be at home near her little cubs while they are so small. They need each other. The woman, the mother, and the child, they need each other. It's not just that the child needs the mother. You cannot compare the bond between a mother and child with anything else that's ever existed. So, all that being said, okay, women, I would go as far to say that every woman should have the right to stay at home with her children. Now that is feminism, okay? If you value women and you want to support women and you respect women and you want women to have equal rights or whatever, let women stay home. Incentivize women staying home to raise their children, because that's what's truly supportive of people like me that were born with a uterus and Y chromosome, that's the right one, right? And ovaries, and it's what it is, right? People who are women should have the right to stay home, and if you impregnate that woman, you need to provide for her. That's it. She's carrying on your generation, and you want her to be like a good mom that has resources and treats her kids well, right? Like, it's just, to me, honestly, it's laughable. It's like some sick joke being played, because women are very unsupported to be stay-at-home moms these days. And in fact, it's very discouraged. It's looked down upon. It's, people look at you with concern, and they're like, whoa, what are you gonna do all day? And you're gonna miss out on years of your advancing in your career, and what about the income? You're not gonna have an income, and like all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I'm like busy raising the next generation, and like allowing my body and my personhood to exist in harmony with how nature was designed, and like my child, like doing them justice and doing my duty, and also just creating family harmony. I'm just a little bit busy doing that. Like, anyways, so that's my little speech there. But anyways, I wanted to get back to holding the space parenting, because here's why my prologue was so important. You cannot be a hold the space parent if you are preoccupied with other things. Now, this isn't to say you can't do anything else, but it is very difficult to be a working parent and hold the space for your children. What do I mean by hold the space? Now, holding the space means that you are supported enough that you are able to pay a proper amount of attention and give enough care, and just simply be aware of things that your child is doing. Here's a good example. When your child is learning how to walk, they're graduated a little bit from crawling, they're like learning how to crawl on the steps, right? Do you allow them to crawl up the steps and you're like, I'm gonna go make dinner, I'll see you later? Do you like just pick them up every single time and not allow them to crawl on it? What do you do? Because hold the space parenting would be something like, oh, he is little Johnny. Here's little Johnny again. Little Johnny is learning a new skill. There's something in him that keeps driving him to want to crawl up the steps. So I do have a few other things I need to do, but I'm going to go ahead and hold the space for him so that he's able to safely crawl up these stairs and learn how to do it. And I'm going to give him just enough space between my body and his body so that I can prevent him from danger. I can prevent him from breaking his neck or, bashing his head on the stairs. But I'm going to give him enough room in between myself and him so that he can mess up a little bit, or he can see what it's like to fall from one stair to the next on his butt, or miss the step and trip a little bit so that he sees how it goes. I'm going to watch where his hands are and just hold the space for him, right? Like, I'm just going to be there. I'm going to be attentive to him while he's learning how to do these incredibly slow, sometimes painfully slow things that kids have to learn. But they're so important, and it's so important that they learn how to do those things in a calm, safe, loving environment. And that is so difficult to do when you're a working mom. You already got things on your mind. You already got stress. You have different priorities. Like, I definitely know that if you are working, you have just made your life much harder, especially if your kids are really young. I know it gets different as the older they get. Sure, it gets different. But when you have young kids and you go to work and then you try to come home and spend time with them, but you're tired, and also you try to keep up the house and keep your marriage going, and then all the other things, it's not possible to hold the space as a healthy mother. So I'm not saying that working moms can't ever achieve a calm, attentive presence with their children. Push comes to shove, I could do it. It's possible, but it's not sustainable. You get what I'm saying? It's not possible in the long run. So that's why I say every single woman deserves the right to be home with her children while they are young. It's more harmonious for her own body and mind. It's more harmonious for the child. And it's better for the overall family unit. So that's just a little bit about hold the space parenting. As you can see, it's much different than helicopter parenting, which would be, here, little Johnny, let me show you how to climb up those stairs, and we're gonna do it once, and we're gonna get away from those stairs really quick because they're dangerous and they take too much time and it's really inconvenient and it stresses me out too much to let you try to do dangerous stuff. That'd be helicopter parenting. Hold the space parenting is maybe not opposite, but as close to opposite as you can get without being neglectful, right? So hold the space parenting is how I parent. It's how I am at the playground. And I'll be honest with you, dude, it's not an easy style of parenting, but it is necessary, because if I want my children to be able to trust their instincts and learn how to do new things and learn how to bounce back after hardship, I'm going to have to be present and available to them without suffocating them and forcing them to do what I want them to do. So you see how it's a balance, but it leans a little bit more on the freedom side. So do you practice something that's similar to hold the space parenting? This is just something I came up with. It just one day, it was actually when I was helping or holding space for my son when he was learning how to climb the stairs in a safe way. I was like, wow, most of parenting is just holding the space. That's most of what it is. You make a healthy dinner and you drive them places, but most of being with your children while you're at home is holding the space for them. It's being attentive to them. It's being patient. It's watching, but not forcing. It's listening, but not intervening all the time. It's just being aware and taking great care. And, these really are, if you choose to be a stay-at-home mom and you are an intentional parent that wants to do the job justice, these are our years of service. These really are. We are in service to our children and our families. And it's something that's so beautiful. It's something that's so wonderful, and it's so not complimentary, but it's so natural to us. It's even accounting for personality differences. It's in our biology. It's not something that we can escape, no matter what we try to do, really. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I want to know, do you do any kind of hold the space parenting? You can learn more about this style of parenting in the membership, Sovereign Matriarchs. I accept applications if you want to join. And it's a really cool group where we talk about being a woman in the modern day and age, and how to live in harmony with our biology while still in this modern culture, and not go insane. And then we talk about understanding different personality types, and how that fits into our families, and getting more clear on our visions, and not being control freaks, and lots of cool stuff. I'll put the link down below if you want to fill out an application or learn more about Sovereign Matriarchs. But for today, I'm getting ready for my husband is going out of town, and of course this is not going out on the day that it happens, of course, but yeah, I'm getting ready right now because my husband's going out of town. He just took my daughter with him to get a haircut, and they'll be returning soon. Wish me luck. I got 3 days solo parenting. It's hard. It's super hard. A lot of the reasons, like I said, holding the space is not easy. Holding the space is very intentional parenting. It's a full-time job. So peace, power, love to you. God be with you. Until we meet again. Is that a song? I don't know. It just came to me.